Oh, buddy. I mean, I don't even think they're hiding it anymore. I've connected all of these dots, collected the pieces, put them together, and it is pretty abundantly clear and obvious that Tom Holland's Spider Man is 100% going to die in Spider Man Brand New Day. In this video, I'm going to share with you my research and all of the different reasons and pieces of evidence that I've put together and I've noticed over the past couple years, hinting at and almost directly showing us that, hey, Tom Holland's Spider Man is going to die in Brand New Day. This is the first reason. A couple weeks ago, Brand New Day officially started their press tours and promos and all that stuff, and Sony's been releasing a bunch of videos. And during an interview or a clip or something, Destin Daniel Cretton literally said, I want audiences to go into this movie expecting it to be Tom Holland's last movie. What? Now, again, it could be a huge marketing gimmick, and people have done this before, like, ooh, will it be their last? Are they gonna die? And nothing happens, right? It's just to get butts and seats. But like, it just seems a little odd. And on its own, I'd probably just roll my eyes at it, like, whatever. He's just trying to hype up the movie. But this, connected with the other pieces of evidence I have, I mean, it is undeniable. All right, this is a huge one for me. There's a lot of evidence just around the character of Miles Morales that hints at and shows that Peter Parker is going to die. So, first off, in an interview, Tom Holland recently said that he hopes to do for a future Miles Morales actor what RDJ did for him. Really show him the ropes and launch his career and just give him industry insider information and just mentor him and help him out. And Tom wants to do that for whoever takes on the role of Miles Morales. So this seems to be on his mind as something that is very plausible and could be coming up. The next piece when it comes to Miles Morales, back like a year or so ago, Kevin Feige did that big interview talking about the future of the MCU and the soft relaunch and all of these kind of crazy comments talking about post Secret Wars. And one of the things he said is that the MCU is not allowed to touch doing a live action Miles Morales until Sony is done with their Spider-Verse movies. Well, guess what? The last Spider-Verse movie comes out next summer, just in time for Secret Wars and the next phase and saga of the MCU to get started. Suspicious, okay? And then lastly, this is to me one of the biggest ones, is in the Secret Wars comics, the 2015 run, the comic ends with the Ultimate Universe that Miles Morales was a part of and the 616 universe that Peter Parker was a part of combining into one universe so that Miles Morales and Peter Parker are both in the same universe, so they're no longer separate. But I could totally see Marvel adapting a kind of different version of that story to where Miles Morales from a different universe combines into our mainline MCU, where Tom Holland has died, to now the established Spider-Man in the MCU moving forward is Miles Morales. And we don't have two Spider-Mans in the universe, but Miles Morales has now taken on the role and legacy of Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Because also, Miles Morales' whole origin story is that the Peter Parker of the Ultimate Universe died and that he took on the mantle of Spider-Man. So I think it's a creative way to kind of combine and adapt both those comic storylines, and I could totally see Marvel doing that. At first, I was just kind of gaslighting myself, thinking like, oh yeah, they just haven't announced Tom Holland's going to be in Doomsday or Secret Wars because they're just trying to build up hype and, oh, is he in it? Is he not? And want people to be talking about it. But the more I think about it, like, I don't think he's going to be in that movie straight up at all. Like, I think he's going to die in Brand New Day. And that's why he hasn't been announced for Doomsday, because he's just not in it at all. Like, it isn't a surprise cameo. The guy's just not in it. The fact that he's not in Doomsday, Spider-Man, one of Marvel's most profitable characters, like, they would be plastering him all over the marketing if he actually was in it. But they haven't, which makes me think he's not in it because he's going to die. And then lastly, this is a huge one. There have been reports coming out of the test screenings for Brand New Day that the ending of the movie is extremely divisive and controversial. What is more controversial than killing off your main character in the movie? I really do think that that is just the nail in the coffin. The fact that this ending is being reported as being divisive and controversial and people are kind of split on it. A controversial ending is killing off your main character, killing off a character that we thought was going into a brand new trilogy of his adult years, right? The Home trilogy was the adolescent years, and this new trilogy will be his adult years. And then you just slash that completely because you kill him off. Like, I would say that that's pretty divisive and that's pretty controversial. And to me, that combined with everything else I talked about earlier, there is no way he's not dying. Like, all of these pieces of evidence connected together all point towards Tom Holland's Peter Parker is going to die. But is he going to stay dead? Now, if Tom Holland Spider-Man dies in Brand New Day, I'm a little bit conflicted. It depends on how they do it, but I'm a little bit conflicted on would I want him to come back? Because a part of me doesn't want them to just undo a death so quickly, because that would just make the ending of Brand New Day lose its impact. Like, rewatching that movie, it's like, yeah, well, he's going to come back. The death scene or whatever isn't really important, isn't really necessary. Like, it just loses its weight. So I'm a little bit conflicted on that depending on how they do it, but I really do think they could bring him back in Secret Wars, similar to the original 80s comic run of Secret Wars, by giving him the symbiote suit. Because in the 80s comics of Secret Wars, that's the first time we see the black symbiote suit. And so it would be such a major fire movie theater moment for out of nowhere, we see the symbiote suit crawling over the corpse of Tom Holland's Peter Parker, bringing him back to life, and he just goes berserker mode. It would be pretty sick. I think that is an easy segue into bringing him back after killing him in Brand New Day, if you do that. But if you do kill him, I personally think, even though I love Tom Holland Spider-Man and he's my favorite Spider-Man, I do think you should keep him dead. But you still got the door cracked open since you haven't done the symbiote storyline yet. That is why I think Tom Holland Spider-Man is 100% going to die in Spider-Man Brand New Day. What do you think? Am I wrong? Am I right? What do you think they should do? Drop it in the comments below. And also, if you have any prayer requests, please leave it in the comments as well. I'd love to be praying for you. Deuskis, homies.